The Texas Parks and Wildlife television series is funded in part by a grant from the Wildlife and Sport Fish Restoration Program. Through your purchases of hunting and fishing equipment and motorboat fuels, over $50 million in conservation efforts are funded in Texas each year. And by Texas Parks and Wildlife Foundation, helping to keep Texas wild with the support of proud members across the state. Find out more at tpwf.org. Additional funding provided by Ram Trucks. Guts, glory, Ram. Coming up on Texas Parks and Wildlife.
We typically find blue sucker and large woody debris, boulders, so it's dangerous to be shocking these fish out of, but for the love of the fish.
As far as jobs go, this is pretty amazing. I mean, getting to work out here in these mountains, and it's all very beautiful.
Check the area and clear away any sticks, rocks, or other objects that could poke you.
Texas Parks and Wildlife, a television series for all outdoors.
Matthew Aker is searching for a blue ghost. It's here on the Colorado River where this team spends days, weeks, months of the year looking for a rare and threatened fish called the blue sucker.
Currently, the blue sucker, its status is somewhat unknown in the lower Colorado River. So we're not 100% sure how the blue sucker is doing.
Whoa. Come on, Blue.
So they are here electrofishing
Carp.
to try and find them.
So we're about 10 miles east of Austin on the Colorado River. We're looking for that faster water and some type of structure. They're really adept at swimming in fast water. They're great swimmers.
What's that? A smallmouth buffalo.
Blue suckers are very rare today. They used to be found throughout North America, but dams and poor river quality have led to their dramatic decline.
This is the coolest fish. Most people would think it's a carp, but it is a fact, it is a catastomatous sucker. It's unique in that it has this really elongated body and it hangs out in these fast-flowing waters, shoots and riffles that most fish tend to avoid because they just don't have the energy budget to stay within that riffle.
Bass.
While the blue sucker is elusive, the team has another fish on their radar. Jess Peace is here studying the Guadalupe bass,
Oh, is that a
the
bass?
state fish of Texas.
Along with tracking the movements of the blue sucker, we're also tracking Guadalupe bass movements.
Wow, that's a good one, Jess.
Previous studies have shown in the upper tributaries, which are smaller systems, that they're pretty sedentary and don't move that much. And down here with this bigger river system, we're seeing larger movements by these Guadalupe bass to very specific habitats.
Oh, wow. Wow, Jess. That's what we're talking about. Yeah.
Little Guad, 279.
While Guadalupe bass are here, these big largemouth bass are all the buzz.
His Floyd number is 2304.
This is just another indicator that the Colorado River is gaining quick notoriety as a trophy largemouth bass and a Guadalupe bass fishery. Highly productive area. There's lots of food for these guys to eat, lots of cover. So we've seen a real increase in the utilization by anglers coming out here and fishing for specifically targeting Guadalupe bass and our bigger largemouth bass.
As for the blue sucker search, no luck so far today. But Matthew knows this is where they like to hang out.
What we've noticed the past couple of years doing this work is that the stretch between Austin and LaGrange tends to have the most blue sucker. It is very diverse. It has lots of twists and turns, and it's a little bit narrower.
biologists agree most fish prefer the natural flow of a river. And fish do best when dam releases mimic the seasonal high and low flows that they are used to.
In any river ecosystem, what you're hoping for is a natural flow regime. And what that means is just a natural hydrology. Those are essential to not only the blue sucker and the Guadalupe bass, to a lot of our critters. There's your buffalo. Shad hole. Come on, blue.
We typically find blue sucker in large woody debris, lots of cobble and boulders, so it's generally somewhat dangerous to be shocking these fish out of when we're doing these marker capture studies, but for the love of the fish.
Hey, yeah.
I missed it. Right there, Matt, right there.
There we go. All right. Woo. There we go. Nicely done, everyone.
Nice. Yes, bro. Yeah. Wow, finally. It was in that fast water, just where we expected him to be. It just took us a couple of passes through there. You just got to be on your game. That is awesome, dude.
So this is an adult male blue sucker. He's in great shape, very healthy looking, and he's about 696 millimeters, which is 27.5 inches. So this is a pit tag, a passive integrated transponder. It allows us to uniquely identify individual blue suckers. We'll pit tag it right here, just under the dorsal fin. We take scales, and the scales we use to age the fish, to put them in a certain class, so we know how many fish were spawned in a certain season. Oh, it's so exciting to catch blue sucker. We've put 4 hours of work into catching this single blue sucker, so fantastic. And now we're gonna release him.
Using an antenna and a receiver, these two are out again. With radio telemetry, they monitor some of the 170 blue suckers that are now tagged.
114 at 62.
There he is. The telemetry work that we do, we are able to tell where that fish is at that particular moment, and we can use that data in conjunction with flow data to determine when blue sucker are most likely to move. And this gives us a better idea of what blue sucker prefer.
This study and the scientific data will hopefully help ensure that the Colorado's natural flow continues.
So what we're really hoping for out of this study is to develop the science for the blue sucker, so we as resource managers can better inform some of the water policy decisions and the management of our Highland lakes there above Austin, and how we can manage the river and the lakes as one system.
As for Matthew, he's not going to stop the science anytime soon.
Too often, I think that natural resources and ecosystems as a whole kind of get overlooked. And what we need to do to gain that seat at the table to help influence those people actually making the policy, we need science. We have to have the data.
Get us some blue sucker out of here.
And so that's why I do this every day.
This project was funded in part by a grant from the Sport Fish Restoration Program.
It's quite amazing to see the sun peeking up over the mountain like that.
You know, the way the sun hits the mountains and shades part of them, and that changes, you know, as the sunrise comes up. It's very majestic.
As far as jobs go, this is pretty amazing. I mean, getting to work out here in these canyons and mountains, and it's all very beautiful. The way it all comes together, the varied topography of the area is quite amazing.
My name is Travis Smith.
My name is Will Rhodes. I used to live in the city and got tired of that pretty quick. Found that this is just really where I fit in.
Just a different way of life out here, and I love it.
This is Blackcap Wildlife Management Area. We're in southern Brewster County, which is in the Trans-Pecos region of Texas.
We're in the Chihuahuan Desert ecosystem. The area is 103,000 acres, or a little over. Blackcap's kind of in the middle of nowhere. You know, it's 55 miles from the closest town. There are only four individuals that live on the area.
To the nearest Walmart's 110 miles, and even there, there's not many people there. At night, you know, you get the full stars, everything. You see the entire Milky Way. Whereas in the city, you might be able to see a couple stars.
My wife's a very understanding woman. She actually loves it just as much as I do out here.
Just by its definition, this is a wildlife management area, so we have to manage and maintain the wildlife for the people of Texas. We have close to 300 miles of roads that all need to be maintained.
Yeah, with just the two of us, there's very little downtime, and you know, we don't get bored very often. As we all know, animals need water. Our annual rainfall is only around 11 inches a year, so we're trying to supplement that water during dry periods. A guzzler is a rain catchment. Water will be collected, funneled into a tank, which then feeds a water trough for wildlife. We have 45 guzzlers on the area that we maintain. We like to periodically check them to make sure everything's in working order. Make sure the wind or animals haven't walked on the catchment and bent it, or the wind is loosening it. Just make sure everything's in good working order to provide water for wildlife.
With it just being me and Travis out here, it would be nearly impossible to get all this work done without the support and funds from Mule Deer Foundation, Texas Bighorn Society, and Wildlife and Sport Fish Restoration Fund. So this catchment consists of our panel in 12-foot lengths, which is connected to these 6-inch C-purlings by
a 5/16" bolt head with a 14 by 7/8 pitched thread, which is then welded onto these 2-inch square tubings. This all leads to a 4-inch gutter into a 4-inch drainage pipe, which leads into a 2,500-gallon storage tank. On a 1-inch rain, this should, in theory, catch 400 gallons of water.
And that right there is a rain guzzler.
We have a lot of tools as biologists, but one of the most unique ones are game cameras. A game camera is a camera we can set over basically anywhere. We like to focus on water sources since that's where animals come to congregate.
On these game cameras, it's triggered by motion. Usually that's going to be wildlife coming in to get water from the guzzlers here. And the game cameras also have infrared illuminators, so we can get video and photographs even in pitch black. We wait 2 weeks before collecting images from the cameras. We just have to be patient.
Yeah, it's a very relaxing commute to the office in the mornings. You know, it's just a stone throws away from my house. You know, no fighting traffic or road rage.
All right, these are the ones we pulled from the camera today. Should be about 2 weeks worth of data.
All right, now we're getting some deer.
Yeah. Does here.
4 does, yeah. And that's one collared one, or ear tags.
Yeah, there she is.
Yeah, there's the ear tags. They look very healthy, good shape.
A little buck here.
A decent little buck. If you go back, you can get kind of an age. You know, he's not too young. Got a little bit of a Roman nose there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that's a typical buck that you'd find on Blackcap. Oh, we got a little coyote.
Yeah, it's a young one. Oh, we're seeing what you would expect out here, you know, coyotes and mule deer. A lot of javelina. That's probably your most common thing on the cameras.
some collared mule deer go into these waters, and that helps with determining movements of wildlife as well. Even hawks and buzzards will benefit from these water sources. Really, every animal on the area is going to benefit from this water.
This is one of our new game cameras that's set up on one of the water troughs that's on the Guzzler here. Get the files off and see what's been visiting this Guzzler. These are all going to be videos. All right, from all these videos, we can see it's quite impressive the amount of wildlife and diversity of the wildlife coming to this new Guzzler. Looks like we have several mule deer, along with some of our collared release does from earlier this year. We got some gray fox. It's like a whole lot of javelina, as was expected. That tells us that it has been effective in what we wanted it to do. Time takes on a different feel out here. I love this area of Texas. I love the mountainous region mixed in with the Chihuahuan Desert.
Not every person can be this isolated and this happy. This is God's country.
This project was funded in part by a grant from the Wildlife Restoration Program.
If living life is about adventures, add camping to your bucket list. Whether you stay in an air-conditioned cabin or camp in a tent, sleeping in nature is an experience you won't forget. To get the most out of your outdoor adventure, here are a few things you should know. Texas offers all types of scenery, from mountains to forests to miles of open coast. You can explore all our state has to offer on the Texas Parks and Wildlife website. Once you've decided where to go, you'll need to make a reservation, just like you would at a hotel.
Park reservation, this is Willie, how may I help you?
You can do this by phone or email, or through our website. While you can't reserve a specific campsite, you can put in a request for a particular type, like a water or electric campsite. A reservation will ensure you have a spot, but campsites are assigned on a first-come, first-served basis.
So for both
on your day of arrival, you'll check in at the park headquarters to get your spot. Popular parks are often reserved months in advance, so make your reservations early.
Have my windshield pass right here.
Yep.
Now, let's talk tents. They come in all makes, models, and sizes. Your local sporting goods store can help you pick one that's right for you.
All right.
Once you're at your site, you're ready to set up camp. First, look for a tent pad or flattened area where you can set up your tent. Next, check the area and clear away any sticks, rocks, or other objects that could poke you. Decide where you want to orient your door. Do you want to catch a breeze or face away from the wind? And make sure to give yourself a little privacy. Never bring gas-powered stoves or lanterns inside your tent. Battery-powered items only. Remember, state parks are home to a variety of wildlife. Keep all food out of your tent and pack securely so as not to attract animals.
Rope is
If you think you'd like to try camping but aren't ready to go it alone, come to one of our Texas Outdoor Family Workshops. We provide the gear and we'll show you how to use it. And we'll introduce you to fun state park activities like kayaking and geocaching. Go to the Texas Outdoor Family website to find a workshop near you. Whether you prefer 4 walls or no walls, Texas State Parks offers a camping style for everyone. So come on out and enjoy a night under the stars.
In East Texas, near Palestine, is the Gus Engeling Wildlife Management Area. Here, amongst the flooded bottomland hardwood forest, you'll find a winter wonderland for waterfowl.
Gus Engeling is bottomland hardwoods habitat. It's predominantly oak trees, and a lot of it's flooded in the wintertime. It's really a neat opportunity for the ducks that are here. We try to keep more water and make things better for them while they're here.
Gus Engeling is home to whitetails, woodpeckers, warblers, and of course, all kinds of waterfowl.
Normally, the ducks we'll see are going to be wood ducks. Wood ducks live here. You'll see mallards, but you also see pintails, ringnecks. So there's quite a diversity of ducks that you'd see here. One of the most special things about these bottomland hardwoods here on Gus Engeling is that they're in a very natural state. A lot of your bottomland hardwoods throughout our state and nation have really been logged and had tremendous impact by people.
While many of the ducks migrate through, there are some wood ducks that live here year-round.
Wood ducks are really interesting. They're used to these really dense stands of trees that are in the water, so it's really difficult to see them sometimes when they're in their natural habitat.
Wood duck numbers are solid now, but several years back, biologists were a bit worried.
The wood duck numbers, the population was declining, and it caused some concern, and one of the things it brought about was artificial nest boxes.
Inside here, we place 3 to 4 inches of sawdust, wood shavings or wood chips. And this is what the hen uses to cover her eggs while she's laying them. It sort of serves as the natural refrigerator while she's laying eggs. We found that placing the boxes right at the edge of the brood habitat, which is what we see here, gives a chance when the ducklings jump, they'll be right there and can go to cover and also be able to start feeding.
Current research shows there is sufficient nesting habitat available, and now nest boxes are no longer needed in East Texas.
So the wood duck nest boxes were really one of the first attempts, large scale, that people were able to make, and it really has been quite a success story as far as the wood duck goes and their population.
There's only a small fraction of original bottomland hardwood forests left in Texas. But thanks to places like Gus Engeling, waterfowl will always have a refuge.
It's really important for a lot of reasons to have these wild spaces. One of them is so that people can enjoy it. But another important reason is for the animals themselves. They need somewhere that they can call home and that they can stay. There's a lot less wild spaces left, so we want to take good care of it.
This series is funded in part by a grant from the Wildlife and Sport Fish Restoration Program. Through your purchases of hunting and fishing equipment and motorboat fuels, over $50 million in conservation efforts are funded in Texas each year. And by Texas Parks and Wildlife Foundation, helping to keep Texas wild with the support of proud members across the state. Find out more at tpwf.org. Additional funding provided by Ram Trucks. Guts, Glory, Ram.